ready for pain. Get ready for pain. Yeah, yeah. Hi everybody and welcome back to our channel. Today we're dabbling back into LGBT. I had a look and the last LGBT we did was 2019.
Wow, it was so good. We took a year off. We really screwed the pooch. Here, Holly.
Hi.
Where are our teacups?
We have a watered down iced coffee.
That'll do.
I feel like this is very on brand.
Just pretend it's a tea. Ready? We're Paige and Holly. Welcome back to LGBT. You really screwed that.
No one cheers as a tea.
Hey guys, we're Paige and Holly. Welcome back to LGBT.
Right on. A nice segue, my love, from a drink that should be enjoyed and coveted, but was in fact watered down and not enjoyable, is a great segue to what we're going to be discussing today, which is how to get over a straight girl. You've fallen in love with a straight girl. You've got a crush on your best friend that happens to be straight.
That's it.
Straight girls extravaganza during Pride Month.
How much coffee did you drink there? You know what? This is the place to do it, Holly. This is the place because
I have a lot of beef with straight girls.
You do, and you know what? All of these viewers do.
Everyone's got a story with a straight girl, don't we?
We do, yeah. And you know what? We're gonna break this down today for you here, folks, because there's a lot to talk about, a lot to cover, and we want to be organized.
Yes.
But before,
go ahead.
But before we get into today's video, we have to thank Squarespace for sponsoring it. Thank you so much, Squarespace.
We will get into it a little bit later in the video. For now, we are gonna break it down category by category because otherwise we will vent until we're blue in the face. We're very passionate about the subject.
We are. This is long overdue.
If you clicked on this video, you're probably in the same predicament we have been in for multiple years of our life. We're very well versed in the subject. We have a lot of theories as to why it happens and why everyone seems to have a very similar story. Because we can go off on such a tangent, we have a little cheat sheet in front of us. We're going to be breaking it down into 3 categories. They're all kind of going to blend together, but we're going to do our best to keep them separate. First, we have why and how everyone seems to have fallen in love with a straight girl at some point in their LGBTQ plus journey, but we'll delve into that a little bit later, Paige.
Wow.
That subsection also includes crushing versus experimenting and all the little nitty-gritty things in there.
I will lead into the next one here, and this is a very simple question.
It's not simple.
Should you tell her? Should you? Should you not? What happens if you do? What happens if you don't? What are the signs? You'll find out later in the episode of Paige and Holly, LGBT.
Last but not least, we're going to be discussing how to get over said straight girl because we have stories of our own. And by far the most DM'd thing is, I think I have a crush on my best friend, I think I'm in love with my best friend, I've got a crush on a straight girl, help me, she's straight, I'm gay, I don't know what's gonna happen. No story that I've ever heard involving a straight girl and someone who identifies as somewhere on the queer spectrum has ended well. So we can only assume you're gonna have to get over the breakup at some point. We're gonna help you out. We've been through it and we got some quick tips for you.
Now you guys know kind of what is going on today. I think we should get right into it, get into the first one, which is why and how it happens.
Yeah.
Okay, we were talking about this a little bit earlier before we actually started filming, and I think a big main reason why it happens that people are falling for straight girls or falling for their best friends is because they're really close to each other. Their relationship is very close. So you're doing everything together from like freaking going to school, going to soccer practice, having a sleepover, sharing a toothbrush, who knows? I'm assuming, I don't know.
Yeah. Friendships between 2 women are very emotional and you share a lot of deep things with one another, and I think that line between friendship and romantic feelings can get blurred super quickly if one of the parties is questioning their sexuality. Of course, you would want to be in a relationship with your best friend.
Very simple. I feel like, yeah, it makes sense. Why would you not have feelings for somebody who is caring, supportive, loving, kind?
Let's get into crushing versus experimenting, because to me this is very important to go over. Some situations are, okay, you've got a crush, you're falling in love with your best friend, and she is actually reciprocating those things, having a secret relationship with you, and then breaks up and runs off with a guy after. Now that seems oddly specific, which it is, but we've heard a lot of stories very, very similar where a secret relationship has occurred and she was straight all along or just experimenting with you. So that's kind of one situation. The other situation situation is that she's given you no signs that she is questioning, she is straight through and through. Maybe she complains about how badly boys treat her and she seeks comfort in you, and that can get kind of blurry because you're like, maybe you're not with the right person, you know, kind of thing. And it can get, oh my god, it's so messy, isn't it? Now that I'm thinking of all the scenarios, it's so messy. The wires can get very crossed because if anyone in that situation is questioning their sexuality and then experimenting, trying to figure out who they are, feelings are gonna get hurt, because if they're experimenting and it set things in stone the way they feel, and you know, I was questioning but now I definitely know, either way, you're gonna get hurt.
Well, this is depressing, but we're just trying to be real with you guys that this shit is tough. There's no easy answer or solution. That's why we're trying to like break this down a little bit, but you said it really well, Holly. It's just somebody most likely is going to get hurt in a situation that involves somebody falling in love who are different sexual orientations. That's all there is to it, for the most part.
And spoiler, the straight girls never hurt.
It's all us.
The other thing I do want to address while we're in this situation is the pursuit of women that aren't attracted to your gender. For instance, situation one, Paige and I are at the bar. We're dancing. A guy comes up to us and says, room for a third or whatever, or oh, you just haven't found the right man yet, I'll turn you straight, all this shit, right? We've all been there, whatever. That's disgusting, and we would call him every name under the sun. But there are people that also think they can turn straight girls gay. I don't know if it's because they're less threatening, I don't know, but it's still just as disgusting in my opinion.
Yeah, no matter what the situation is with your best friend, your friend, whoever it is, if they tell you they're straight or, you know, they're not questioning it or anything, or they're not comfortable with that, you have to take their word for that, and you can't keep assuming and keep pushing and trying to change it based off of what you want. That's very, very important that you don't cross lines and boundaries. They're there for a reason, and you know what, if they're ready at a certain different point in their life, or they come to a different realization that they aren't straight, that's up to them. It's not for you to decide, so you can't keep pushing.
So I guess now you've established that you maybe have a crush, or you're in love, or you're attracted to someone that's straight, and you know you're gay, or at least that you're questioning, should you tell that person?
And our answer is it depends, unfortunately.
Thank you for watching. Yeah.
Have a nice day, bye. There are so many different scenarios and situations around that we can't just give you one answer that's going to solve everything.
No, that would be too neat, and this is always very messy. I think if you do tell the person, you must be prepared to get knocked back. I would say you definitely have to prepare to lose that person. I know that's really depressing.
It is, but we're trying to be truthful. Like if you want it's all gonna be okay in the moment, like we can't, this isn't the place, and we're sorry that we're kind of being direct about it, but we've both been through this, and I kind of wish I had a video that explained this a little more when I was growing up, so hopefully this can offer some sort of something for you guys. But that's a great point about having to prepare for that person not be comfortable or not want to be friends anymore, which freaking sucks, or that the relationship or dynamic between you two may change. If you can't handle either of those scenarios, I don't know.
I'd take a step back.
Yeah, I would take more time. Make sure you guys are also looking at how your dynamic of your relationship is. Are they taking advantage of you?
Yes, is it a two-way street?
Yes.
Or are you doing everything?
Is it a one-way roundabout, you just going in circles over and over, running errands, groceries, circle, circle, circle? Are you? Ask yourself.
Talking about straight girls has really got me kind of fired up now. I haven't talked about them in a while. And did I ever tell you why I hate Pride?
I know. Corporations exploiting pride in the name of capitalism.
That's a valid point though, Paige, to be honest.
You know what? People should be supporting us all year round.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, why aren't people subscribed? A subscribe would help support us so much.
No, Holly, I meant support the community.
No, well, either way, Paige, I really feel like people should support us. We're gay all year round, not just June. We're gay through January and December. And in fact, I don't know how to convince people to subscribe any more than what we've already done, unless I used a Squarespace blog and perfectly curated the best website possible to convince people to subscribe to the channel. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that right now. Genius! Squarespace is a website building platform where you can turn any idea into a reality.
We use their award-winning templates to build a stunning blog to convince our audience to subscribe.
It was so easy. The only hard part was narrowing down the long list of reasons one should subscribe.
They even have marketing tools that help drive traffic to your website and measure your success. Whatever your vision, Squarespace has you covered.
Thanks, Squarespace! If you guys are interested, you can go to squarespace.com for a free trial.
And when you're ready to launch, you can head to squarespace.com/Paige and Holly to get 10% off your first purchase of website or domain. Thank you for the subscribe, everyone. I know it worked.
And the notification bell.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
And a comment and a thumb blast.
Back to the straight girls. Shall we? Speaking of thumb blast.
That's a line I would not cross.
Last section is how to get over a straight girl.
This is a big boy right here.
This is the kicker. To give a little insight, Paige and I both had very similar experiences where we were in secret relationships and basically the girls dumped us and went off with men, which was so fun. And we both had to view them off. It was in high school, so we got to see them date their boyfriends right in front of us and not be upset because people would ask why we weren't best friends anymore. So we had to be happy for the relationship that broke our hearts.
And we had to watch them every day like a movie you didn't want to watch where they hold your eyelids open.
Get ready for pain. Get ready for pain. Yeah, yeah.
Getting over a straight girl. This by far was the most difficult part of all of it.
But also the most shaping experience in both of our lives. It was very painful because not only are you losing either potential relationship or actual relationship that you had, but you're also losing your friendship. Even if you're still friends, you're kind of mourning the friendship before the dynamic changed. So there's a lot of emotional baggage to unpack there.
Which is why we were saying about if you are gonna let them know, to make sure you're prepared for the loss in friendship, because I know neither of us were ready for that.
No.
Back when our situations happened.
But what we did, we remained friends with them because we wanted that person in our lives so badly, because the love was still there. It seemed less painful to be in their life even though they were with someone else than to not be in their life at all. And that is a very shitty position to be in, and I think it's the same in all relationships.
Yeah.
Gay or straight or anything in between. It is very, very difficult to have a clean break and walk away. Usually you're in the same communities, teams, schools.
All your connections and networks are usually combined all together,
Yeah.
so you're gonna see them at a party or an event.
Right.
And it sucks. And sometimes you have to be there and you have to act brave and act tough, and I don't know. We do it.
Yeah.
I was very emotional, and I feel like that is what helped me get through things. I listened to sad music. I let myself feel all of the things, and whether or not that was actually good for me, I don't know, but in the moment it was, and that's what eventually led me to have to turn into myself and realize that it wasn't everyone around me or the things around me I needed to change. It was me. I was very emotional, had to work on myself.
I'm vulnerable.
And vulnerable,
Yeah.
for sure.
I was the exact opposite.
Yeah.
I was not vulnerable. I wasn't open with my emotions. I turned inward and got very angry, and I was trying to figure out who I was also in that whole thing. So some of you may be in the questioning stage, others might know exactly who you are and you're comfortable being out, you know, and you're still going through heartbreak. So I won't make it super specific, but I had my outlets, but I didn't share it with that person. I carried on like I was living my best life. I put my best foot forward. I faked it till I made it. And I think it took me a lot longer to get over her because of that. But I also got through a lot more than what I thought I was capable of. So I don't regret the way I handled it.
We are here to tell you and guide you. Don't be by yourself
thinking
and
about
just
her
thinking
all
about
the
her
time,
constantly.
Making do not make situations in your head.
You're going to end up hurting yourself
Torturing
even more.
yourself.
You're just doing things to hurt yourself.
It's not gonna get you anywhere fast.
The faster you can get out of the first step, what is it, denial, the faster you can get out of that stage where you just like aren't believing it's true and you really think you could make it work, you need to be able to move on from that step and accept that it's done, because the sooner you can do that, the sooner you can get on with your life. Find something to distract you that's healthy. For me, it was writing music and playing guitar and singing. I really enjoyed that, and my soccer, you were school. So those were just our outlets, and make sure you're finding something. And if you can get with a different group of friends, you know, or start hanging out with your other groups, have a separation, because it's so unhealthy to be constantly with that person.
Some form of separation is healthy for you. It doesn't have have to be cut off black and white. You don't have to block them on everything if you don't want to, if you feel like that won't help. That's not for everybody, and I understand that. The other thing maybe we can end with, when you're in these situations, when you're questioning, when you're experimenting, when lines are blurred, sometimes it's very easy to romanticize the drama in a relationship, right? It's like what we see in the movies. Love should be easy. Love should be fun and happy. And yes, love has its fights and frustrations. It's not a fairy tale, but it shouldn't pain you and make your heart ache and make you question everything and make you fail classes because you're so sick to your stomach about what this person said or did. Like, love isn't supposed to be painful. You know, don't romanticize the what ifs. It's not a movie. Real life's better than the movies. The movies are trash.
Movies are just bullshit, toxic stuff that you don't want to get involved in. Love should not make your heart tired.
The main message is be kind to yourself and make sure that you're listening to you and your brain isn't running away with crazy ideas.
On that note, I just one more main point that I want to get across before we end today's video, and it's just, I'm sure there are a lot of you who have dealt with heartbreak or who are dealing with it right now, who may have just had a situation and feel like they're never going to be able to get past this. Whoever you had feelings for or have feelings for now is the only person that you ever could be with, and you don't think you could love again. Well, I've been there, and I'll tell you, like, for many years I thought that things would never get better, and I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life, and I'm with the love of my life, and I'm just here to tell you things do get better, but they do take time. Just be kind to you, because you need time to heal, time to move on, but things do get better. I promise you they do.
You can do this. Believe in yourself.
You can do this, and you're gonna be stronger.
Channel the energy.
And you're gonna be stronger and better for it.
You are.
I promise you, you will. While it was the hardest part of my life, it ended up being the most important part of my life that made me who I am today.
Yes. We're so proud of you. We hope it works out okay. Yeah, good luck.
We hope we helped in some way. If there's other things that you want us to talk about or give advice or even just, you know, share our stories about for LGBT Pride Month, let us know in the comments. We love talking to you guys, hearing your stories, so just let us know.
Yeah, and share your experiences down below, whether you're in it, through it, before it, anything.
Tips, advice.
Yes, I'm sure it would help someone else that is struggling in this situation. So yeah, be a family member to the rest of the fam, and it would really mean a lot to us too. We love you so much, and we'll see you next week or in a couple days. We're posting twice a week now, so.
Love you guys.
Bye. Bye.